Hi, I'm Mike Martin. Welcome back. I was really excited to see that not only were the things that came up in the player survey really quite interesting, but I think the things really that the players came up with in terms of psychological responses to their frustrations really showed that a lot of players already have a good understanding, an intuitive understanding of what psychological skills are, and that really part of what we're trying to do in this program is to try and, I guess in a lot of ways, to take that intuitive understanding and to really customize it, to systematize it, and to allow you to be able to effectively practice those mental skills. So again, let's just touch on some of the things that came out of the survey. So one of the things is that the players find really annoys, frustrates and upsets them is unpleasant people, and particularly when they start to rant and rave over nothing, who've got this stinky attitude where they think that then they're better than they actually are. And interestingly, that these negative players can have a psychological impact on some players because it can affect how they're feeling and ultimately limit how they play. Slow play is another one that's sending folks to crazy town, and that's having an impact in terms of players getting out of their rhythm from having to wait. Excessive competitiveness from other players. Interesting. We're gonna cover more on that when we start to talk about what you can control and what you can't control, and also bad etiquette was something that really upset some players. Now, what I really liked here in terms of the suggestions that that came in as far as dealing with these issues with other players is that they're right on the money. I really like them, and I guess compressed them and categorized them along the lines that I would understand in terms of a psychologist and in terms of psychological skills. So one of the key strategies which I really liked was distraction, and distraction is really, as was indicated by a number of players, just thinking about a calm place, go to your happy place, thinking about something else that's far away from golf. And I really like that, the idea of just like, let's just get my head off the course. And that kind of relates to the last point in that section, which is the switch on, switch off. So switch off, get your head away from golf, and then when you need to, switch back on again. And someone made the suggestion that distraction is particularly good for slow play, and I would agree with that. So distraction is one strategy that the players came up with, which I think is great. Withdrawal, and I guess what I see this is ways of physically withdrawing to get that result. So stay away from other players, to ignore and avoid those other players who are hard to get on with. Talk to other players, talk to pleasant players, which is helping you to withdraw away from the annoying and frustrating players, and sticking with your caddy and basically talking with them. So I classified those as withdrawal strategies, all quite valid and all work well, and are probably I guess probably the first place that you would go before you actually had to go into maybe some of the ones that we looked at a little earlier in terms of the distraction. Distraction is probably your second line of dealing with annoying and frustrating players. I think one of the ones that I really liked and was really happy that came out was had to do with focusing, and just to be thinking about your own game and thinking through what your next shot would be. And while that's a type of distraction, because you're not actually attending to these annoying and distracting other players or to the slow play, I really like that because that's probably an even more effective way of distracting, so that you're not only tuning out from all those bad vibes, but you're also looking to start to get your head around what it is that you're supposed to be doing. So I love that, and those all work together. and someone came up with another one that I really liked, which was acceptance. And so rather than just getting frustrated with the slow play, just accepting it, and what they said was, it ain't going to go any faster just because I want it to. And I think that that's true. You can be tearing your hair out because there's another 3 or 4 groups on the tee in front of you, or you can just go with it and maybe start to take one of those mental holidays where you're thinking about something else, where you maybe start to focus on some of the shots that you're about to play. And when we get down a little down the track a little bit more, we'll talk about also rehearsing some of the good shots that you've already played. So that's where we're going to leave it for this video. When I come back in the next video, we'll be looking at some more areas of player suggested strategies for dealing with various aspects of the game. Okay, thanks, and I'll see you soon.